Today I have a somewhat special game I want to share with you guys. Um, this is something I didn't have planned, but I'm going to challenge myself to play an episode a day of this until I finish, and it's a very short game. The Unfinished Swan. It's a game I want to share with people because it's fairly niche, but I want there to be more games like this, so maybe bringing some awareness, bringing it back into the spotlight with what little power I have, maybe some company out there will get the idea to make something else with it. Now, I have already beaten the game and gotten all the balloons, so I won't be telling you how to do that, but I also will do my best to avoid using the toys you get for beating the game. And with that out of the way, let us begin.
Monroe's mother had always been much better at starting things than finishing them. When she died, she left behind over 300 canvases, not one of them finished, along with Monroe, who felt pretty unfinished himself. The orphanage allowed him to keep only one painting, and so he chose the unfinished swan that had always been his mother's favorite. But that night, he woke up to find the swan had disappeared. So he took his mother's silver paintbrush and followed the footprints into a little door he hadn't seen before.
And welcome to the Unfinished Swan. Now, I imagine a player not particularly aware of what's going on will see this white room and go, well, where are we? What do we do? And then they start pressing buttons. What is over here? Oh. No, it's an object. But still leaves the question. Where are we? What? Sorry. Yeah. Yep, my fingers are that fast. I didn't screw up and already accidentally use a toy. See? I can just do that. I should stop. So, I did recently replay it just so that I'd have some idea what I was doing with this, but honestly, this first chapter is, even for someone who's played a game a couple times, very confusing to move around in. Hello, frog. Oh, I want to show you something. See that frog there? What the hell was that, right? Where's the swan? Yeah, I will say when playing Unfinished Swan, at least for this first chapter, just kind of throwing ink blots everywhere to get a sense of direction. Not a terrible idea. It's a giant chicken. What's this?
The king was young, arrogant, and amazingly talented. He was convinced no color existed that was good enough for his garden, so he left it white. While he pondered how to create some new colors, his kingdom began attracting settlers, and soon he found himself with bigger problems.
I think I accidentally skipped the first page, or the first little story thing, but it's fine. That's why people at home grab the game themselves, so they can, go do right what I fucked up with, right? There's the swan. Okay, so there's an achievement that I don't know if I'll ever get, where you start from the beginning and get to this point in the game, throwing only 3 of these ink blots. And, whew. If you guys want, I might have the final episode of this be me attempting to do that, since I have a strategy, I just don't know if it actually work. What? Weird.
The king's new subjects were tired of white. They were tired of tripping, of banging their shins, of misplacing their homes. So they started painting everything, ruining the king's spotless design. In response, the king outlawed all non-magical brushes and pledged to spend the next month painting shadows for his kingdom.
that thing from earlier. At this point in the chapter, continuing to throw out ink blots is mostly unneeded, but I like doing it anyways. Give it a little bit of a paint job. It's not what I thought would happen. What's up here? Whoa. Get this. Whoop. Let's go. Before anyone finds out. Oh, I nearly clipped the Swan. There we go. Now see, well, in this labyrinth, I actually have a very tactical reason for randomly firing off ink splotches. Because it's a good way of marking where I've already been.
The labyrinth was designed to be beautiful, and it was. It was not designed to be practical, and it wasn't. Whole families got lost for weeks at a time. Mail took months to arrive, and many worried a labyrinth of this size was bound to attract dragons. Eventually, the complaints grew so loud even the king couldn't ignore them.
What's through here? Now that is where I need to go, but I just want to check and see if there's anything down this way first. Doesn't seem like it. Whew.
The king was so frustrated with the messy, demanding people of his kingdom that he decided to start over. One morning he painted a boat and set off to find the perfect spot. He told himself he'd come back someday to finish what he had started, but of course, he never did.
Poor lazy king.
For the first time in weeks, Monroe felt good. He felt even better when the wind pushed him close enough to reach the Swan. He was feeling so good, in fact, that he forgot all about his fear of heights. But when the Swan wriggled free and Monroe fell over the side, he remembered almost immediately. That might have been the end of Monroe if this were a shorter story, but it isn't, which is why Monroe's troubles were just beginning.
And that is the end of chapter 1. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll see you guys for chapter 2, The Unfinished Empire. Farewell.